The long-awaited thunderstorms are coming in Texas tonight. Oh, it's gonna be Textasy. Yeah. Texas breakfast. Oh, oh, still. Texas breakfast. Who you gonna kill? How you feel? You could heal where you Tula calls for aid. Tula, my Shih Tzu, or the family Shih Tzu, calls for aid. Is there turds? Let's see. Hey, Tula. What's up? Just getting a little restless? Oh, yeah, the storm's coming in. Maybe you're not used to that sort of thing, huh? I'm sorry, too. Oh. Dude, you're not used to all the storm, huh? Texas thunderstorms? Yeah. Oh. You're not used to all that. Oh. 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 That hurt. All right, just playing. Okay, I thought you took a dump. All right. Back to whatever. We have an anywhere fireplace. Yeah, just in case there's a freak winter storm, like, was it called Winter Storm Uri or something? It was something like urine, or something like Yeti or some shit, some winter shit. Some winter name, wintry, spooky Indian name, right? You gotta make the evil bad snowstorm be a wicked, ancient, evil sounding prehistoric creature. Make it scary. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Chill. Ooh, yeah. Hi, my name is Will. So Hurricane Uri hit Texas and then it knocked out the Texas ERCOT power grid. A lot of Texans and people blame Joe Biden and the Obama era policies of green energy, the green energy scam, the world is ending scam. The truth of the earth in terms of science is not that. It's kind of like saying like there is no God. You can't prove it. Okay, so you could argue for God in a scientific sense. You could say, well, there's only this universe is structured in a certain way, and that's an argument Christians and other people of Islam and Judaism could argue is about scientific facts that point to use science to prove religion, or you could use science to disprove religion, I guess. Disprove certain faiths and the creator God, right? So similarly, now there's certain agendas that are pushed on CNN, Microsoft, NBC, ABC, Dishonesty News Network, all the fake news media that tell us lies and fear. It's just, all it is lies, fear, gaslighting, lies, fear, gaslighting. Trump is evil. So it's like Trump is evil, climate change is real. That's why there's extreme weather events. Okay, Trump sucks. They want to shit on the Ukraine-Russia peace deal. They want to shit on all the things Trump is trying to accomplish. They're just the shit machine. Okay, it's basically who they are. And the green energy scam is part of that. At first, back in my day, let's say, sound like an old man, but back in my day, they used to call it global warming. And that was the big thing that was going to destroy the world. There was a hole in the ozone layer. And if we don't cut back our chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs, and if we don't cut back our CO2, then Earth is going to trap all the greenhouse gases, and then we're going to end up like fucking Venus or something. That's basically the fearmonger, the grift back then. That was the game. Then they changed global warming into a more Orwellian term. The global elites did, and this Orwellian term was, hey, let me see.
I said, it's scary.
Oh, yeah, it's scary. Tula's not used to this. So it's her first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's her first storm, I think.
I think so.
So this George Orwell term is a term that plays with the English language. So an Orwellian term, they would call it newspeak. Newspeak is what the NSOC, what the tri-global authoritarian world order uses on its citizens, because that's the enemy of the state and the government and the deep state, the military, industrial, pharmaceutical, technological, state, media, propaganda complex. The enemy of that is us, the citizens, the public, the commoners, the workers, the proletariat. So I consider climate change to be an oxymoronic statement in terms of, Mangian transformations in the Earth's history. So if you've been studying Earth science for any length of time, or climate science, you realize, Earth is 4.6 billion years old. So according to science, carbon dating, right? Okay, so climate change. Oh, we have the climate change crisis. Well, the climate always changes. So that's an oxymoron. That's a misnomer. That's a horrible way to put it. Climate change. God, that's awful. I mean, global warming was not that great either. But fucking climate change is, the climate always changes. It always has changed, and it will always change. There's not anything alive or dead that's not in a state of perpetual change. So the Earth is constantly getting older. The Earth is constantly changing. Its geography, its continents, its weather patterns, and that also is changing in the solar system, because the rotation of the Earth and its axis and its distance towards the sun creates the different ages of the Earth, like Ice Age, Temperate Age, Warm Age, etc. And I do believe Earth is due for another ice age eventually, down the road, because because the Earth will, its orbital pattern will drift farther away from the sun, just naturally, rotating, spinning on its axis. So I think climate change is alarmism by by an elite group of wealthy individuals that want to get rich off of the profit. So I always look at the profit motive, like who benefits, cui bono. So that's like a Latin term that lawyers would use, right? Cui bono, who benefits? Yeah, so who is benefiting? So like Joseph R. Biden and the Democrat Party, they're benefiting in the media from pushing this climate change, green energy hoax, this scam, because they're getting filthy rich from it, selling electric vehicles, Chinese solar panels, Chinese electric vehicle components, Chinese solar panels, wind turbines, etc., etc. That's where most of the manufacturing is done in China, in the totalitarian, authoritarian state, with all their slaves and all their persecution and their lack of human rights and human dignity and liberty and freedom over there. I call it land of the Xi, home of the slaves, basically. Now, Western politicians have been profiting from this green energy scam. Green energy sham and scam, as Donald Trump calls it. So they keep pushing it, and they're trying to use weaponize weather as a way to push their agenda by saying, oh, well, it rains a lot in April and there's tornadoes, so it must be climate change. People are burning fossil fuels and hydrocarbons. So those evil humans driving around their cars, those evil humans with their evil dead dinosaur energy. Those evil. But they'll continue with the grift, they'll continue with the scam, for as long as they can. And maybe they'll change climate change into something else. Maybe they'll call it carbon flooding. They'll come up with some bullshit. So they'll call it the greenhouse advancement. They'll come up with their new newspeak. That's the thing about newspeak, is that they're going to change it. They're going to try to manipulate the English language to try to get a political or economic outcome. Huh?
Would you mind coming to help me?
Yeah, sure. Oh, bring Tula down. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Is she getting afraid in the store? Okay. Down the middle, two. Yeah. So, I do not disagree that climate change is not real, as I cannot definitively say that God is not real. So, yeah, the CO2 emissions and are causing global warming. But trees use carbon dioxide to what? Produce oxygen. Da da. I mean, this is like elementary school, like science, you know? But a lot of this stuff, not all of it, but. Thunderstorms are coming in. Texas thunderstorms, T-storms. So I had to put Tula up downstairs. I guess there was a time when Neil Young was like the biggest thing, and people would think about Neil Young all the time. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and then Neil Young's solo career, like in the 1970s, 1980s maybe. And then there was a time when Daryl Hannah was like the hottest thing on the movies. You know, Daryl Hannah was just this hot blonde chick. I mean, this like mega ultra sexy babe from Blade Runner and Splash and Steel Magnolias and everything. I mean, she's hot. You had to say it. I want to say it like the devil. Yeah, I want to say it like Lucifer. She's sound like Marilyn Manson, like really deep. Was she in? Yeah, she was in High Spirits too. Yeah, that's a movie I really like. It's like, I don't know why I like that movie so much, but I guess it has ghosts and spooky castle and stuff. It's like an early role of Liam Neeson, and he plays like this ghost that kills his wife, who's Daryl Hannah, like over and over again. Yeah. That's Steve Guttenberg in all his 1980s goofiness. Takes place in an old Scottish castle or something, or is it an old Irish castle or Scottish? Maybe it's Scottish. There's a lot more Scottish castles, right? I think. I don't know. I haven't studied my medieval castles lately. I'm not up on it. I will admit. I'm slipping on my medieval history. But nothing you can't remedy in a few hours with the power and magic of the internet and the artificial intelligence. Woo! No, I love they put on like Twitter X, it says Grok 3 is the Antichrist. They made a video, Grok 3 is the Antichrist. That was actually amusing to me. Grok 3 is the Antichrist. Grok 3 is the Antichrist. Like the AI turns into the Antichrist. That would be pretty scary. Right? Yeah, if the biblical prophecies were true and it actually happened, I'd be like, oh no. I'd be like, holy shit. I guess, like Tucker Carlson, he might say that, he doesn't do drugs or drink or what, well, not like chronically, not like in a addict problem, not like a chronic issue. Because saving the earth is a business, or pretending to save the earth for certain political parties in the liberal global world order. Let's be honest. I'm gonna save the planet. That's liberal gobbledygook. Yeah, I believe in a clean planet. Yes, many trees planted, like Johnny Appleseed. I believe people that litter should go to, get a fine or something at least. Yeah, or have to go to community service and go pick all this shit up. Yeah, I think we should have a clean planet. Yeah, it should be. I like that picture of Tucker Carlson before his show, and it shows a picture of him with Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead, the late Grateful Dead. And the funny thing about the picture is that Jerry Garcia seems kind of like, hey, here are these young, whippersnappers. He's just kind of like, here are these guys, And then, but Tucker Carlson is like laughing like crazy, and his hair is all messed up. He looks like he's been, like ripping some bud. He looks fucking high. That's why the picture is so funny. And it almost felt like maybe the Grateful Dead, either it was like an early college interview, or like maybe the Grateful Dead played at, their university or whatever. And he got to take a picture. But whatever the case may be, it's a hilarious picture to me. Yeah, why was Tucker Carlson fired? His replacements suck. Everything they've done to replace Tucker Carlson. Maybe the Fox executives were like, man, this guy's too popular. Like, he's telling the truth. And people love the truth. We can't have that. Man, people just love that truth. People love fair and balanced and objective reporting, like the news media of old, the actual free press that used to exist in this country. Independent of power, like big tech monopolies, independent of the deep state, independent of global organizations like the World Health Organizations, independent of pharmaceutical companies, an actual free press that would tell the public what was up, what the corruption was, the deepest, darkest, dank secrets they could find, the dirtiest shit, and they would tell you. I mean, for the most part. I mean, I think there was always, during these proxy wars, coordination with the press. Don't badmouth Vietnam, probably, even though Vietnam was shit. There was probably a big push by the military-industrial complex to do nothing but praise, Vietnam or Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever the case may be, whatever the proxy war was at that time, whatever decade. So what I was going to say about Daryl Hannah and Neil Young is that they're kind of like, Neil Young is 80 or something, and then Daryl Hannah is like, I don't know, 65 or something like that, around my mother's age, and they come out, fuck Trump a little bit, screw Trump, and all that liberal, privileged liberal stuff. I guess he's not Neil Young anymore. He's Neil Old. Ha! Neil Old. But I guess they're just sitting around in their mansion. If you could imagine these two wealthy, liberal, elite individuals, and they're sitting around their mansion. Neil Young's like, yeah, Daryl Hannah, that's a really hot wife. Should we have sex? Well, we did that already last night. Man, I'm exhausted, man. Boogieing down. some good Bieber like that. Oh man. All right. And then Daryl's like, I gotta attend to my cats and my painting collection or whatever. He's like Neil Young sitting, old grumpy, like old grumpy Neil Young. Oh, Neil got it down, sweet home Alabama. That guy, right? Who always bashes like conservatives and the South and Americans and this Canadian American, I guess. He's like, I think Trump's gonna deport me because my green card. Well, he obviously became an American citizen, but anyway. He's like, hey there. Yeah, we're old. Hey, you wanna do a online thing like Trump's gonna try to deport me, because I'm like part Canadian citizenship, dual citizenship. Oh, honey, that'd be so great. Hold on, I have to feed the cats real quick. I have to go arrange my shoe collection. Or whatever women do. Play with their cats. Power chord mania or something. Back to bar it chord. Bar it. Bar none. Yeah, no bars. Except for musical bars. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama. That's a good one, dude. Yeah, it was funny because kind of a non-Southern, a non-country dude. Well, he was born in Texas, but he was like, his dad was from Latvia and his mother was from Holland. She was Dutch, Amsterdam. The Netherlands. So he's a European dude, really, in America, even though he's an American. He is an American citizen, I guess, yeah. Born, all the way American citizen. But not multi-generational American citizen. For some reason, I got a kick out of a guy who was into computers, and then he was into all sorts of music, but mostly like industrial and like electronic. And mostly dance, electronic, techno, industrial, heavy metal. And I always thought it was hilarious that he liked Leonard Skinner for some reason. He's listening to this like Southern rock. But like the time we were growing up in, especially by the time the 90s had rolled around, before the end of the 20th century, it was like the classic rock music became like our anthems. They became like classic rock became our soundtrack, you know, to our lives, in other words. And there was just something about it. I guess the music was just higher quality than other music that was coming out. So instead of like, yeah, I mean, of course that kids that were coming of age in the 1990s, of course they were listening to the newer stuff. But man, we were listening to a lot of old stuff from the 1960s and 1970s and 1980s. So yeah. So my friend would have like Leonard Skinner, Second Helping, and then I would have like Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. So we're listening to like albums that were big hits, you know, before we were born. A lot of times. It's the 90s and we're listening to all this 1970s music all the time, 1960s music. Because you know what, it was high quality. It's high quality. It's great shit. That's why. Yeah. High quality in terms of art stands the test of time. And then everything that's kind of crap or kind of, you know, not that great fades away. That's pretty much how it is. Cultural Darwinism. Head out at darkfall, at nightfall. At nightfall, we hit the street. If I was like in a movie. We head out at darkfall. Something like that. Yeah. When the sun goes down, us vampires come alive. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out all night. That's an old song too, I think. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out all night. I like that one. Yeah, I guess freaks come out at night, freaks come out all night. I don't even know who sings it. I don't even know what the melody really is. I just remember it, but I don't know where the fuck it comes from. I mean, I guess I could look it up. You know, we do live in the information era. Yeah. But wouldn't it be fun to, instead of definitively knowing something exists and playing it, how about just keep it in a mysterious arcane zone on purpose so as not to ruin. You don't eat from the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden, because not that you want to stay oblivious or you want to stay stupid or ignorant, but that you don't want to spoil the mystery. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like the Matrix, the red pill and the blue pill. So sometimes maybe somebody wants to just take the blue pill, so they don't get too awakened. They want to be put back in the Matrix in the machine or whatever. They want to plug back in. Something like that. Neil Young, he's like, yeah. Reality TV's getting a bit boring. My train collection, hey, let's put on that. Let's put on social media. Trump's gonna try to deport me for being Canadian. Oh, honey, that is such a funny idea. You're such a brilliant man, Neil Young. The sex might not be up to par, but man, you really pay my bills. It's that Spotify deal, baby. 500 mil. Woo. Spotify deal. I'll make the checks, you just bring the chicks. Woo! Sounds like a wiener. Electricity is in the air. Not of a romantic type, but of a thunderstorm type. A weather event type. Yeah, if I make it to 80 years old, I'll be on the couch. I was like, hey! C-3PO, get me a beer! Hey, Jarvis! Cook me up a burrito. Scarlett Johansson will be like the wife, like from Her in the computer. She'll say, do you want me to talk really sexy tonight? Yes, tonight. Scarlett, let's do simulated fellatio. Sounds like a great time. Did I sit through the whole movie Her with Scarlett Johansson and Joaquin Phoenix? No, it was too depressing to watch that. A man who falls in love with his computer. I was like, no, for the love of God. For the love of Jehovah God. For the love of the ancient creator, please spare us. And of course the pharmaceutical. Oh, it's bullshit. Ooh. I thought about doing the parody. Oh, it's bullshit. Yeah, but then I was like, well, I know it's funny. Oh, it's bullshit. Yeah. Is there a miracle weight loss drug? Ozempic, Wegovy. Wegovy. At least they came out with the original song for that one. No, when the pharmaceutical industry, they're always like, we have the miracle drug. I'm always thinking, how many people are gonna die? How many people are going to eat shit and be hurt? I don't know if the weight loss drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy, if they're really, all that in a bag of potato chips. But we'll see. But unfortunately, like these medical studies, they take a long time, and then they'll find out eventually if people got hurt by certain injections. And so, yeah, we'll see in the final analysis how many people got the COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 shot, what happens at the end of their lives. It takes a long time to get there to that sweet information zone, medically speaking. I hope people aren't injured from the jab, the magic potion, or from Ozempic or Wegovy and all these miracle drugs. Usually it's scary if society says, oh man, I got this miracle fountain of youth thing, it's going to be great. And then I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I bet it's going to kill people. So we'll see. I found the Holy Grail. Oh, that shit better be real. I found the fountain of youth, man. I found the Ark of the Covenant. I found the secret of manna. And I found the Shroud of Turin and the Spear of Destiny. Longinus. All the Indiana Jones movies or whatever. They do have like Indiana Jones and the Staff of the Ages, which is like the Moses staff. And then when Easter is over, and guess what? Then all the religious talk is going to go, and then, it's going to be like, go back to non-religion for like another month. The rest of the year, basically, almost, until Christmas. Or maybe Thanksgiving, yeah. Let's prepare for those Texas tea storms by getting myself a glass of iced tea.